I'm Flower Moirai, Moirai. It's Greek. It means fate or destiny. Today, I invite you to talk with me while I do domestic things. Let's get the true love psychology quiz question out of the way straight off the bat. Question 4, what would make the perfect day for you? Late summer or early fall, Vermont or at least New England, in the woods on a camping trip. All the people with me are as happy to be there as I am. All are fond of one another to some degree, so no fighting or arguing. Everyone knows what they're doing and has a role they're happy with, so the day flows smoothly. It's a special day for someone or a couple in the group, so when we get to where we're going, there is a surprise celebration I had pre-set up for them. The main focus gets to be on someone, not me, so I can remain obscure, but every so often I will get a look of thanks and love from the people being celebrated. Looks of love from those I've honored previously, and looks of hopeful love from those who know their turn is coming. It's Jamie Blunt's birthday this week. I know his name is James, but I have 4 Jameses on my list, so I've had to give a couple nicknames, and he got Jamie. So make sure everybody wishes him happy birthday this week. I know I did my last video on love, and you probably thought that was my Valentine's Day video, but I'm a Libra. I'm going to do a second video on love, mostly because I didn't get out everything I wanted to say last time. I'm not a public speaker, even though I did pass the course on it in college, so I feel as if I may have come across as a weirdo in last week's video. There is one great man, a great speaker who knew a lot about the great virtues of life. I want to share with you his words on love. Since I can't just play somebody else's video, I'm going to repeat his words to you. Don't worry, his speeches are in the public domain. His name is Alan Watts. When you get a chance, go look him up and hear it in his own voice. Some people have made videos of him speaking and added music to it. It's very powerful coming from his own mouth, but I will give it my best. Well now, really, when we go back to falling in love and say it's crazy, falling, you see, we don't say rising into love. There it is, in the idea of the fall. And there it goes back to extremely fundamental things, that there is always a curious tie at some point between the fall and the creation. Taking this ghastly risk is the condition of there being life. You see, for all life, there is an act of faith and an act of gamble. The moment that you take a step, you do so on an act of faith, because you don't know that the floor is not going to give under your feet. That moment that you took a journey, what an act of faith. The moment that you enter into any kind of human undertaking, into a relationship, what an act of faith. See, you've given yourself up. But this is the most powerful thing that could be done. Surrender. See, and love is an act of surrender to another person. Total abandonment. I give myself to you. Take it. You can do whatever you like with me. So that's quite mad, because, you see, it's letting things get out of control. All sensible people like to keep things in control. So actually, therefore, the course of wisdom is really sensible, is to let go, is to give oneself up, and that's quite mad. So we come to the strange conclusion that in madness lies sense. Hearing myself say his words, it sounds like gibberish, but you really must hear it from the wise man himself. You really will get tingles all through your body. Love is truly everywhere, in everyone and everything, if you just look for it. And I do mean in everyone. It requires looking beyond what someone has chosen to do with circumstances and conditions to what is inside. If you look deeply enough and long enough, you will find beauty. You will find beauty. The day comes when you can see nothing else because you want nothing else. If you choose to see the sweetness in life, it can be found in every situation where we are open to seeing it. The decision is yours. Ugly is found where ugly is sought. Love and beauty is found where love and beauty is sought. Our souls are always drawing us towards our joy. It's just that we often aren't ready for it. We don't even know how to recognize or accept it because we've been so misinformed about the purpose of relationship. And it's not true when they say you have to love first in order to give it away. Love is inside every single one of us from the moment we are born. And love is the greatest thing in the world because the more you give it away, the more you have. It's the only thing in the world that does that. And you might say, well, what about the other emotions? What about anger? Well, no, because if you give love to somebody else and they don't return the love to you, you still grow in your capacity to love, in your ability to love more. So even if it's not given back to you, you are greater for that love you sent out. But if you are angry with somebody and you put out anger, even if the anger isn't returned and you think, oh, well, my anger capacity grows. No, it doesn't, because anger exhausts you. And after a while, you become too tired to even be angry. But love energizes us. Love fills us with a power, with an energy. And the more love we give away, the more our storehouse of love is filled. As we give love to one another on this level of understanding, our hearts become pure channels of love and power. The crooked ways are made straight. Our ways begin to be lit with miracles. We are opening ourselves to be blessed by miracles, drawn to us by this irresistible force of love. We live in an abundant universe. Some choose to draw from this abundance while others may deny its existence. As you begin to draw forth from this limitless abundance of the universe, every good blessing that you desire comes into manifestation. The power of love is the only true power. It is love that draws you to your own. Divine love working through me now draws to me my own. And I know you're thinking, yeah, but Flower, every person you've fallen in love with has been taken from you by marriage or finding a life partner, or they're too far out of your reach because they're a celebrity. I may be 42. I may be not pleasant to look at any longer because of my age and my weight, but I know my divine love is coming to me someday. It will come to me. And I realize my most recent love also has been taken from me by marriage. This is the last time I mention Aaron. I just wanted to tell you what role my brain assigned him. When my essence was attracted to him, it was because we are such similar creatures. Like attracts like. My heart fell in love with him. That was locked in place, as I explained before. As long as I live, I will be in love with Aaron Lomas. Remember also that I've taught you that love does not always mean a romantic or sexual relationship. I'm in love with the color green. I'm in love with Vermont. I'm in love with my gods and goddesses. But as so many before he married, he wore that ring in 8 videos now, so it must be. So my brain did something different, something very unexpected with him. He was placed in a very specific type of friend in my world inside my brain. I'll tell you more about that in a future video. It's called disassociation, in case you're wondering. He was placed as a very specific type of friend. To call him extremely loyal and loving would be an understatement. He's the type where if I were in danger, he would be jumping over counters and smashing people in the face with fire extinguishers to get my attacker off of me and get me to safety. The type to tell someone to get out of the corner seat because that's where he's putting me. Where I don't have to worry about stranger danger because he would never let a stranger talk to me in the first place. The type to know all about my abuses and traumas and anxieties and will stand between me and the world. My wall of protection. My shield. I was shocked. I had never had one before. A shield. I had been giving fantasy celebrity brothers, fantasy sisters, fantasy lovers, fantasy husbands, even a fantasy brother, and a fantasy prince. I would call out to each of these people in my dreams at night, on the nights when I was lucky enough to fall asleep, and on the nights when I wasn't. I would just lay there in the dark and scream out to them in my mind. And yes, I know the difference between reality and a dream world, and I know that celebrities are out of reach to nobodies like me, but how do I explain this? There's gotta be real world counterparts to these people. Real human beings that exist in the real world that are anemones. I don't know what the word is. Duplicates, doppelgangers of these people that my soul is reaching out to and connecting with, that fate and destiny could send to me, that represent these people that are in my fantasy world. Does that make sense? And those are the ones that my brain, my subconscious, my soul, my heart, my mind would scream out to at night, begging them. Io sono qui. Guardami. Qualcuno, per favore. Ascoltami. Qualcuno, per favore. Salvami. Salvami. Now fate had decided that it was finally time that I had a shield. That I had a protector. Che avevo qualcuno che mi salvasse. And yes, I thought that the real Aaron Lumos was going to be him. And not some doppelganger like with the celebrities. I guess I was wrong. I'll talk to you all again soon. I love you.